Good morning, everyone. Guys, happy September. We finally made it here. I don't know about you, but this time of year, I always start to feel a little bit melancholy. And I think this year, everybody's just been compounded with all the bad news that's coming towards us, all the bad news about the cuts, the tax hikes, the painful budget ahead, which is what we're going to talk about now, guys. We're going to talk about the budget. We're going to talk about this £22 billion black hole. And we're also going to be talking about the 1.6 million migrants that are in this country who are not actually working. And we're going to talk about what's actually happening with that situation and how I don't think this situation is going to get any better. In fact, in my opinion, it's going to get worse. And I'll give you the reasons for that. But before we go on to the video, guys, if you've not done so already, please like and comment and subscribe. I really appreciate it when you do that. Helps me out with the algorithm and it gets my videos pushed out to more people. So, guys, first of all, I'm going to share a couple of things with you first. So let's just look at this here. So this is from UK government's website. We want to create wealth everywhere, but first we must fix the foundations of our country. In the first few weeks of this government, an audit found a 22 billion black hole in public finances. So, guys, no, fair enough. They found, again, I've not seen any evidence of this. I don't know where it comes from. I'm taking it at face value. 22 billion black hole. Those cursed Tories, they've been spending, and, it is what it is. It means we've had to take tough decisions like means testing the winter fuel payment. Our budget in October will be difficult. So, okay, they're putting out the precedents there. They're letting us know that things are going to be hard. They're telling us why. They're saying they're going to have to cut the winter fuel payment to the elderly. And, it seems fine, right? Tough times to come. We've got to deal with this together. We're all in this together, as they keep telling us. But then you see articles like this. And this is why people, just lose trust in the government. And, and they're just totally lost with them. So at the same time as cutting the winter fuel payment, we have 1.6 million migrants in Britain not working, are costing the taxpayers $8 billion a year. Now, I think, but I can't confirm, I think this is, so migrants, these are the people who've had their visas accepted. So this doesn't take into consideration the people that we've got in the hotels. That's my understanding of this article, guys. I may be wrong. So otherwise it'd say hotels or something. But this, for me, as I understand it, this article is referring to people who are already in this country legally and who are just not working. A new report by a think tank warns of 8 billion cost of unemployed and economically inactive migrants in Britain. The article's quite a hitting article, guys, and I'll obviously put this in the description, but I just want a few key points. So record numbers of migrants living in Britain and not working are costing the taxpayer an estimated 8 billion a year, a new report writes. Now, in the defense, the money, it's kind of an obscure metric. As long as that money is not being sent out of the country, it's kind of, the metric's difficult, because that money's being, if it's not being sent out of the country, that money's being spent in the United Kingdom, it's being paid tax on, and it comes back to the system. So, but anyway, guys, 8 billion's a lot of money. Migration control put the cost to taxpayers at 8.5 billion a year. Guys, let's remember that number, shall we? 8.5 billion that legal migration is costing the taxpayer. The think tank research director, Robert Bates, told the Daily Mail, for all the talk of a fiscal black hole, the Labour government seemed to be missing the glaringly obvious fact that mass migration is causing economic pandemonium. So people who have been living in the United Kingdom, who've got two eyes, a pair of ears, and can see what's happening. We've been saying this for years. But, you get these liberal commentators, they come on the TV, they gaslight you, they say, no, migration, it's good for our economy, it does this, it does that. The reality is, from this report, that's not the case. There's no reason for us to continue handing out so many long-term visas. Yeah. So these guys, the real number, what migration is costing us, is going to be far, far higher. There is no reason for us to continue handing out so many long-term visas. So this article here, this 8.5 billion is for the people who already have a visa. This doesn't take into account the people in hotels. This doesn't take into account the people that are that we're having to pay food and accommodation for, the people we're giving like money per week for. This doesn't take into consideration the hotels and all that infrastructure that we're using to support them. There's no reason for us to continue handing out so many long-term visas when we are currently having to bail out over 1 million migrants who are already in Britain but not working. Yeah, this is the very definition of a Ponzi scheme. Our elderly are facing a potential deadly winter as Keir Starmer cancels the lifeline of the winter fuel allowance, but at the same time to clamp down on workless migrants. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, but the article does go on and talk about, all the other factors, the contributing factors and everything towards that. Now, this is a real problem that we have, and this is this is one of the reasons people are so angry in the United Kingdom. I keep saying on this channel, you can't hide anything anymore. You really can't. Everything is out there now. All the information and all the answers that you want to, what's going on, it's all out there. You just need where to look and what to understand, because there's a lot of disinformation as well, purposely put out there. Now, so what we understand from this article is that, counter to what people have been pushing down our throats for the last 10 years, migration is at the taxpayer a lot of money. So when we talk about the winter fuel allowance, let's see how much it costs. Again, this is from, where are we? Here we are. And this is from the government's, it's from Statista. So, you get a lot of statistics. It's one of my favorite sites. I'll put the link in the description if you want to go and look at it. You can literally search up here anything. Like, oh God, you can literally practically anything on there. I don't know who funds it. I don't know how accurate it is, but I'll go with it because it seems to be really accurate for me anyway. Anyway, so here we are, guys. So last year, the winter fuel payments. So winter 23, winter 24. So last year, because obviously winter goes over. Cost the taxpayer just over 2 billion, just over 2 billion pounds there. Literally, like 25% of what we're paying for legal migration. Now, this is the reason people are getting so angry. They're looking at the government and there's no logical steps here. Like, if Keir Starmer would have come out and have said, right, guys, look, we've got a 22 billion pound black hole. It's going to be hard, a bit equally affected. But he's not. He's come out, he said, right, guys, we've got a 22 billion black hole. We're going to go after the old people's winter fuel allowance first because, they're the people who've been sponging off the system the longest. They've never paid tax into the system, don't really deserve to be here, and they're not working. No, that's totally that's not the case at all. They've gone after, from what we know already, with this winter fuel payment, they've gone after the people who've been paying into the system. It's absolutely absurd. Now, what other things are going to come out? What other tax cuts, tax rises and benefits cuts and means tested cuts, and they're going to make this so then, and then they're going to claim that it's still there, and they're going to gaslight us into believing. They're going to use non-language and they'll probably use non-language by saying, No, it's the winter fuel allowance for those people who are vulnerable the most. But then the way you have to get that, you probably have to go in and you have to ride on one of them, you know, those one wheel monocycle or whatever it is, juggling while singing the national anthem in Japanese or something, and then you get your money. But they'll make it so difficult to get your money, but then they'll make it, you know, but then there'll be more money. But guys, it will just be smoke and mirrors. But people see this and people think, well, hang on a minute, we're paying 8.5 billion for legal migration. Then we've got the legal migration bill. Then we're sending millions overseas for I don't know what. Then 3 billion a year to Ukraine. How much more do we have to suffer? Shouldn't we be given a choice on where our money is spent? Shouldn't there be some sort of, like, you know, I don't know, committee where we can say, well, do you know what, guys, I would rather than fund to come here and just decided not to work, rather than fund that, I would rather my nana have her heating on. I would, guys, you know, call me whatever you want. I would rather my nana have her heating on. She's dead now, but when she was alive, I'd rather her have her heating on. But, you know, it's absolutely insane. Going anywhere, guys, and the reason why is because I saw this article. Where is it? Yeah. So I saw this article, guys. Can new towns give the answer to Britain's housing crisis? Now, why have we got a housing crisis? Why? Is it because, you know, we've not got enough houses? Yes. Why don't we have enough houses? Because there's too many people in the United Kingdom. Why is there too many people in the United Kingdom? Because we get hundreds come every day. You know, so this is the so this is the solution here. So if we're going to be building, you know, that means that we're going to have to fill those new houses with new people. And where are these new people going to come from? You know, it's absolutely insane. And it gives you some figures here, guys. Gives you some figures. I think it's like 1.5 million new homes somewhere. I can't. I should have highlighted it, guys. I'll put it. It definitely does it. It's somewhere in the article, guys. I'm not going to read it all for you now because I'm just conscious this video's droning on. Well, not droning on, but going on longer than I wanted it to. So, you know, from the article, the government are planning to build, I think, 1.5 million new homes. Where are they going to go? I mean, let's worry about where the money's coming from, because that money will just get printed. Where are they going to go? You know, where physically are 1.6 million homes going to go? Who's going to build them? We don't have enough builders. We don't have enough bricklayers. We don't have enough plumbers, electricians, gas fitters. We just don't have enough tradesmen to build that many homes. You couldn't do this. You couldn't, all right? So it's all well and good, you know, the government coming out saying, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. The reality is they don't have the manpower to do that. Not only do they have the manpower, where they're going to get the raw materials from, where they're going to get the bricks from, the sand. The sand's a big one. You know, where all the building materials. Guys, that is a... So I don't know what they're, you know, they might as well say they're going to build 1 billion homes on Mars, because it's got the same amount of, you know, it's got the same credit of saying it. But guys, you know, we literally now, I did a video previously on, if you've not watched it, I'll link it at the end pretty soon. It should be coming up now. Yeah, I did a video previously, sorry, that should be coming up soon, on why nobody seems to be able to send migrants home. And if you follow that video, it will chill you to the core. Guys, that's it. I'm going to leave it here, and I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like